Hi folks from Henderson. We're here at Strike Zone for the title matches of today's JBT tournament. We got both divisions at once again. In the scratch division, here he is again, top seed Zack Hattori, looking to join an extremely elite group of bowlers with their 10th career JBT title if he can win this title match. He's got to get by a tough Joe Lewandowski, who's led most of the rest of the day. Zack just caught him in game 8, and there he gets half, folks. The old Greek church, 4, 6, 7, 9, 10, staring at him. He struck in the first frame, as did Joe. So unless we see the first ever Greek church conversion on a webcast here, it'll be an opportunity for Joe to get out to a big lead. Zack shot 748 in his 3 games for the semifinals on a pretty challenging boardwalk lane condition today to roar from just barely in the cut to in the lead by only 2 pins over Joe. Prior to that, it had essentially been the Joe Lewandowski show. He qualified first after 5 games at plus 112 and shot 277 out of the gate in the semis, which you would think he'd be well on his way to catching, to destroying the field, but Zack had enough to catch him with a 3rd game loss from Lewandowski. Going right up the corner, saw a lot of that all day long today. Oh, almost trips out the 4. Good shot though. Pretty makeable spare form. In the handicap division, the young lady in blue on your left is your top seed, Gabriella Weis. She has led the last 5 rounds today. Hung on to the top seed at plus 65 for 8 games. That gives you an indication of how tricky the lanes were. Plus 65 misses the first cut some days. Today that was good enough to lead, and a nice job converting the 4-7 for her. It's blue versus green in the handicap match. It's an all-black outfit scratch title match. Joe's going to use all the hook in the lane to go cross lane of the 4-pin, and boy, it just touches it. Joe has been a little iffy on his spares in a title match or other clutch situations, and he just barely catches that one. And here's the green of the blue-green duo in the title match. This is Brooke Martinez. She's the number 2 seed, so it's 1 versus 2 in both title matches today. Brooke just came off a 242 scratch performance to win her semifinal game. Also playing right up that far right, and boy does that look pretty. 10 of the pit 4. And that's spare double for her. She's going to need that kind of stuff. She's got to make up 35 pins to tie and 36 to win. So someone of the female persuasion is going to win their first career title there in handicap. Zack looking for number 10 like we talked about. Joe has 1 win under his belt at Golden Pin last season, so he'd like to double his career title total to 2 here if he can win. Zack did so much of his career JBT damage at a young age for a scratch division bowler. Started winning scratch titles at just 14 years old. Started winning majors against bowlers as old as 22 when he was 15. Now trying to win his 10th here, but that's the 2nd straight time that that ball checked up way early on him. And he looks utterly flummoxed. Yeah, I don't think he expected the church. You can tell by his body language there. He did not expect that ball to check up either. Like I said, we're bowling on the Kegel boardwalk condition. That's essentially Kegel's equivalent of cheetah. They're not exactly the same patterns in terms of volume and stuff like that, but they are the same in that you want to have an extreme outside break point, and generally the farther right your laydown can be, the more room to play you'll have too. Bigger hookball bowlers like Zack will have a further left laydown than other bowlers, as he does almost a little backup thing to the 3-6-10 and converts it. But in general, you want to be straight through the heads and as far right at both laydown and break point as possible. That's what Joe is doing here, and he did so successfully all day long. Joe can hook it with the best of them, but he's choosing to take a little bit of the hook out of the ball, use somewhat weak equipment, and be as far straight and straight as possible. He's targeting around the 3-4 board here. Let's see if he hits it. A little left, actually. Yeah, you see the ball, when you're trying to take hand out of it, if you try and belly it a little bit, that's what happens. You don't get good pin action, and that's a tricky little cluster. If I were Dallas Leong, which I'm not, but I think I would be winning the tournament. Well, of course, be winning the tournament. I'd try to get the ball to the left of the 2 in this case. Got to avoid the chop in a couple different ways. Hard and straight at it. And gets it the opposite way I suggested. All right. So he leads by 10 with that spare in the third frame. This is Weiss's career high finish prior to this is 4th place, so he's going to beat that by at least 2 today. It's her older brother Kevin won the handicap invitational last season. That one's way out there. Wow, but hooks back a lot and leaves the same thing Joe left on the other side. Wow, that ball hooked a lot. Gabby came in today at a 131 average. She bowled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those 8 games over that average, including her career high game, she told me, of 183. So a career day for Gabby. Right now we need a ball. I don't know if we're going to get a ball. So we'll use this delay to tell you about our previous matches here. Called filler time, Dallas. Yeah.
I'm a good filler.
Earlier in the handicap division, Lindsay Alport, who qualified 5th by just 1 pin, opened up the step ladder with a 203 to 167 win over rookie Michael Liebenau. Michael, the only dude to make the handicap finals today. It was Michael and the ladies. Brandy Spieler then beat Lindsay by 1 pin, sort of turning the tables, 187 to 186. Before Brooke, as we said, came in and just destroyed Randy with a 268 with pins versus the 172 with Spieler. Spieler qualifying for the Mojave invite though, so she was happy. Earlier in the scratch division, Teddy Luceni beat Riley Dempsey in round 1, 206 to 187. Eric Hatchett then beat Luceni 221 to 213, and then it was Joe over Eric 204 to 201. So far in scratch, everybody's held the place that they qualified in, and that means right now it's 1 versus 2 in both divisions. Riley is your points leader going into today. He'll hold on to that points lead as number 2 in points. Brad Henson had to bowl a college tournament today, so Riley was gaining ground either way. I don't know if he's going to focus very well there. No, that's just blurry. Hattori's in 3rd, so he's going to leapfrog into 2nd here. Jordan Ferrer made the cut today in 4th, so he'll be all right. Kyle King had some other obligations, so he's not here today, so DJ Sloan had a chance to squeeze by him into the all-important top 5. And Teddy's going to move some damage up the leaderboard as he's going to catch up ground on inactive bowlers Greg and Aaron and Dallas. It's a long time for a ball return. I think someone's on a coffee break back there. Dick, you better work this out before TPC. I don't, but it's under. Big boy. Look at it later on. As I just hinted at, this center will host the Touring Players Championship in August. The top 20 from all 5 of our conferences competing for a $2,000 first place prize in only 2 days of bowling, so it will be exciting. Now we're going to get it fixed. This will solve it. See Gabby very excited about this break. She's just beside herself right now. This is the excited parent too. Gotta love the long ball returns in the title match. Yep. What's up with this ball return, sir? Can you do something about this?
They're stuck down there.
Is this going to be fixed by August?
They're coming back now.
Okay, we're just checking. All right. That's Dick Peters, who does a great job with us here every time we're here at Strike Zone. He's also a Patriots fan, so I would assume he's in mourning to.
Oh no, I don't control that.
Okay.
I'm a fan. I'm not a fanatic.
Oh dear. Fanatics are.
Ask Dallas about that.
Is that right?
I do what I can.
All right, Sire, pick him up.
We have. Yeah, nice job converting that, especially after the delay right there. Good job from Gabby. Brooke gets absolutely robbed as she's got the big old 710 from the pocket right there. Well, we say it every week, time this happens, Dick. We have never had a 710 converted on our webcast yet. Here we go, Brooke. I don't think we have yet. You got to hit one pin to convert.
I'm going to do it first.
Somebody's going to be the first, and that's going to go viral on YouTube right there.
Second Thursday.
Devin Bidwell made a 710 and posted that on at the Wichita Student Center this week, I noticed. Joe's title, like we said, came at Golden Pin, and most of his top fives have been at Golden Pin too, so I'm sure he's happy to be making a top 5 outside of that center, get a little more versatility. Right up the corner. Oh, and what a break for Joe. Coming up. He goes right through the old 1-1 pocket and squashes them all down. Let's see if that affects Zack at all here. Still trailing by 10, spare working in the 4th frame. A little further left of this target, but it wiggles at the break point and 2-8-10. It's going to make it worse. Boy, that's a bad feeling when you're a bowler and you got high hit. You make a big adjustment and too light the other direction. Kind of in jail right now. Might be time for a ball change and doing something massive here. Well, I almost saw him make one of these today, doing that little barely backup ball trick. Does it again here. This time way too much of the 2. And now, after 4 frames with that open, he trails by a lot. How about 25? Meanwhile, Brooke with her open working here only leads by 9, and she's giving 35. So she's got some work to do. Lanes change throughout the course of the day. Right up the corner was how to do it all day long. Now that looks like that's drying out quickly on them. You can make a adjustment on the lanes, you can change your hand position, you can throw it faster, you can change balls. It's part of the challenge of bowling, is figuring out what combination of all of the above is going to get you back in the pocket. Nice job converting to 3 though. Make sure you watch part 2 of this to see who comes out on top.